I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Yeah. The voice of reason has returned to HotButton-Radio. You gotta know I'm about to go ham right now. I'm turned up so high because I just got back from Kentucky State University yesterday. Whoa. I'm just gonna say KSU. Shout out to KSU. Put up that logo, Frank. I want to see the KSU, the Kentucky State University logo. HBCU, they in the building. Mr. KSU brought us out there again. My homeboy Maurice White, one of the directors of student affairs, had a dean. Dean isn't this lady's first name, it's her job description. But her last name is Smith. He was like, "This is Dean Smith." I was like, "The coach?" But it was this woman. Everybody came out to support. It was dope. And I keep calling them children, but these are young adults. They're in college. You know, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, graduates. They came out and they had hella questions. They had a shoebox full of questions about how to interact. And it just motivated me. So tough. I'm really appreciative to have been brought out there for the second time, right? Last year I went and they asked me to come back and I went ham and eggs. They was asking questions. You know how I get down. I don't pull no punches. So I really appreciate you guys for bringing me out. Thanks again, Kentucky State University. Now, I've got things to promote. We just dropped maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, and I need you guys to get out there and cash mob this particular endeavor. Cash Mobinski. Go to Amazon.com. Listen, if you're an Amazon Prime user, I guess you can see this thing for free, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Escape from Candyland. What? It's a documentary. And it's the most, I guess, unconventional documentary I've ever seen. I got 6 reviews on it right now. My homeboy filmed it. Like, it was weird. He came out here last year and filmed me here at Dash Radio, fielding different questions, asking different questions, and speaking to different people. Then over the course of a year, he's calling me on Skype, talking to other people on Skype, and he's filming that. Next thing you know, it's a documentary on Amazon.com. Like, niggas is the ingenuity on brothers is crazy. He was like, "Yo, it's available now." I was like, "Oh, well, okay, cool." What we got here? I will do that. So let me just tell you this real quick. Escape from Candyland, an exploration of black consciousness or the lack thereof. Hosted by me, Zoe Williams, featuring Ursula Rucker, Garth Trinidad, Petey Crack, Dice Raw, From the Roots, Obi, and more. Directed by my homeboy, Dominique Quinn, superstar. Listen, you guys heard this guy, Dominique Quinn, before. I played his music last year. He was in a group with John B. The records that I played were like 20 years old, never came out. The hottest shit ever. People were going crazy. Where can I get it? This motherfucker turned into a director. And a weird one at that, but he got it out. Listen, if you're with Amazon Prime, you can watch this for free. Escape from Candyland. If you're not with Amazon Prime, this shit costs $7.99. $7.99. And we have already 6 5-star reviews. Please keep supporting this particular movement. But let me just get past this real quick. My cousin, straight blood in the family. Blood in, blood out. Family member in the building. When I tell you this brother right here is so talented at what he does, I wish I had a little bit more time. I would have wore mine. Because he in here looking sharper than Darth Vader's lightsaber, ready to cut somebody down.
Appreciate it, fam.
My cousin, Kenneth Boggs. Hey, the name of his website, Kenneth Boggs Suits.com. Listen, introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about yourself. I'm finna go back here and grab this suit so they could just salivate a taste, because Monday I'll be wearing it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, check out the website, KennethBoggSuits.com. I have the most exclusive tailor-made suits that are out there. Not here to name drop, but pretty high-end celebrities, athletes. I put them all in suits. You can follow my Instagram account, Keen_KB28. You can look up, a few of my personal tailor suits and everything of that nature. But yeah, come check out the suit. I appreciate my cousin from having me out here.
Don't put dope. the Paisley guts. Don't have Zoe Williams family. Oh my God. The red pants.
Yeah, man.
Smiles, everyone. Smiles. Welcome to Fantasy Island, my niggas. The double pocket. Don't do it that way, cousin. They not ready. Listen, this is about to go down. Kenneth Boggs Suits.com. Hey, don't come for him unless he send for you. That's number one. Don't come for him unless he sends for you. All I'm saying is support his movement. You know how I get down. We've got to cash mob black businesses. If we're not cash mobbing black businesses, there's no way black people can rise up economically. There's no way we could really support each other and build institutions, whether they be fashion houses or educational institutions or financial institutions. It starts with us recycling black dollars. This dude right here, consummate professional. You see the suit he wearing? You see what it is? He looking like a celebrity member of the Nation of Islam right now.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's a celebrity FOI right here. Cleaned in a mug. Now, in studio also, I got my homegirl. I consider her a homegirl.
Thank you.
Right? She's been asking, Zoe, you got to let me get on the show. I let her come to the Zoe What show. She contributed a little bit. I was testing her out. Today's the real test, though. Please introduce yourself to the folks and let them know what's up. That's right. I'm suited and booted. I ain't going to cut my hand on the suit because it's that sharp. Please introduce yourself and tell them who you are, what you about, and what you going to bring to the table today.
Absolutely. Well, my name's Tiffany Shaw. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Shaw Talk TV. I'm all about basically motivating you. I'm all about changing your lives, starting with my own. I'm very transparent. I have a master's in clinical social work. I've founded my own nonprofit. And so I'm all about uplifting people by sharing transparently what my own life journey has been.
Oh, shit. In other words, she's finna tell you all about her problems. I'm just...
Or the solutions. Right, the solutions. The solutions. Be positive. Be positive.
Seriously, though. You know I don't like to bring stupid people around. So she working with something. People be like, no, you have all these different kind of girls.
I got student loans to show I went to school.
No, I just love different voices from different perspectives, from different walks of life. Everybody's loving the suit right now. Everybody's loving the suit. Let me just do me this favor right now. If you're near your computer, just go bookmark Kenneth Boggs HotButton-Suits.com. Just get the bookmark game going.
Much love, much love.
This is also what I want you guys to do, because the topic is about to be crazy, and I'm about to introduce it in a second. But before I do, we got VC. Oh, well, we'll get her. Before we get into the topic, I got a record. My homeboy. I'm back in the A&R business again. You guys remember? Hey, listen. Exhibit to tell you. Back in the day, it was me that was pushing Exhibit. He'll tell you.
Wow.
He said it on his open bar radio show. He said it. Wait a minute. This is a new number from Veronica. This is... Veronica, you can't be calling from different numbers, honey. How we gonna know? We're not gonna know. She's like, if the phone is ringing, but we don't know that it's you. Okay, here. See that number right there, bro? Just call this one. Or we got her. VC, do we have you?
Yeah, here I am.
VC, you can't be calling from different numbers, babe.
I know. I'm sorry. My phone is janky today, so
she texted me from a strange number. I'm like, Jesus.
No, it's so
Child
weird.
support done found me.
It's surreal. No. Hey, y'all.
So, look, before I set up today's topic, like I was saying, Exhibit back in the day, I used to be his rhyme sparring partner.
Really?
We used to battle. And I used to push him. And I used to clown, too. You know, I'm already clowning. Back then he was young. And he used to roll with us. And I used to call him Fred Man. Because I said, dude, you sound like Craig Mack and Redman. You don't have a style. So until you get a style, I'm going to call you Fred Man. And that shit used to piss him off. But when I tell you that dude is tenacious, and he would go harder and harder and harder and harder until finally he's Exhibit. He's X to the Z. And, he acknowledged that recently. We linked back up and, I appreciate X like a mug. But after I stopped rhyming, I became an A&R guy for Loud Records during its heyday. Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Alcoholics, Ghostface. I was there for all of it. And now I'm back into it. I got a homeboy who's been rhyming. I've now turned into the rap whisperer. Because although I don't rap anymore, I can coach a motherfucker to greatness. So we got a homeboy. His name is Truth. We played a lot of his music last year, and people were buying it. But this dude was doing 2 tracks, recording in the bathroom, and then uploading it to CD Baby, and people were buying it. So I said, what will he sound like if we really, I got Broadway involved. I said, what would he sound like if we really produce him? Produce the records in the studio and make it lit. This is what it sound like. This is his new record.
Some help. I'm feeling sick and I can't fix it by myself. I hope you got some medicine up on your shelf, something that can help me with my mental health. I'm about to choke these motherfuckers out in a minute. Put my foot up in it and keep on walking, keep walking. I'ma see if these niggas wanna keep on talking. Shit, I'm a motherfucking monster. You got me fucked up cause I'm conscious. You think I want a rope to fuck you up and take a shit all over you and your sponsors? All at your concert. Knocking bitch made niggas unconscious. Somebody got to keep the game honest, I promise. You don't wanna be the one with your mouth open when I'm holding the gun. You niggas don't want none. Don't make no mess. I'm the reason that most of these cats have inferiority complexes. I never take vacations. Putting roots on the mic when I rhyme. I be speaking in incantations. I be changing your mind and removing your love for your master and his plantation. I be changing the station. Black love, black life, and black liberation. But you hating. And I got more time than money, but I'm running out of motherfucking patience, bitch. Sick to the motherfucking bait and switch. Sick to the motherfucking waiting, bitch. Y'all be all in my face, but y'all be low-key secretly hating this. And I don't give a shit, not one little bit. It don't make no difference. You motherfuckers better recognize. I be feeling schizophrenic. I be feeling schizophrenic. I be feeling schizophrenic. I be feeling schizophrenic. I be hearing voices. I be seeing bitch niggas. I be feeling schizophrenic. 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 I be hearing voices. I be seeing bitch niggas. I be feeling schizophrenic. I be feeling schizophrenic. Why you so stupid? Is there something in the water? Something in the food? Is there something in the music? You niggas is useless. Why you niggas don't do shit? Why you niggas don't do shit? Why you niggas don't do shit? No justice.
Whole motherfucking record now. I can't give you the whole record. Jesus. Truth is on it. It's going down in the town, y'all. We got that new Truth album coming. Veronica, did you hear that?
Amazing.
Yeah, hey, you know.
Amazing. He's always bringing the bomb, hot diggity bomb fire.
You know I'm a multi-talented weirdo. It's just what I do. Nah, but Truth, he sold that one. He killed it. So when I leave here tonight after doing this radio show, I'm going to be headed to the studio to work on the next record. Nice. We're going to put an album out in the next few weeks because we're going to do this in rapid succession. So the Truth album is coming and it's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. But now that we've gotten all the promotion out of the way, it's really time to do what the voice of reason does. And that's rip your bullshit ass relationships apart. So you can build them back up. I know that's unfair to say. But listen, so many people have made the lie and the illusion so comfortable that they'll do anything in their power to protect that bullshit. Well, if you tune into this show, you're gonna be like, should I divorce this nigga today?
Yes.
What happened?
Oh, man.
So we already got an august panel. You know, Veronica just joined us. Today's topic, size matters to queens. What does that mean, Zoe? Big brains, big ears. I need to be heard. I love smart guys. Big heart. I need to be felt. Big honesty. Don't lie to me. Big bodyguard. Protect me. Big bankroll. I need security. Or big tallywhacker. Dick me down, man. A deeper look into what really motivates a woman most when it comes to the man she claims she wants. Oh my God. I've got questions. Let's get in here. Ladies, call me because I can't answer these questions. I need your participation. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. 323-230-4610. True or false? Young women may still fall for the bad guy type, but more mature women are turned on by kindness because kindness inspires her own self-confidence. 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. Please call in and let me know what you think. True or false? More than 8 out of 10 women rated faithful to me in the top 10 attributes they find sexy in a man. Is this a fairy tale? An appendage of a fairy tale? Faithful to you? You ain't even faithful to you. Oh, shit. Here we go. 323.
Here we go.
230-4610 is the number to dial. True or false? 3 out of every 4 women say they look for a man who makes commitments and follows through. Ugh. This is about to get bad. Listen. First and foremost. Say what? I got a caller already. Okay, hold on 1 second. We'll get to him. Caller, I'm going to be with you in 2.2 seconds. You're going to tell me where you're from and your name. I'll be with you in 2.2 seconds. Let me hit this other question. True or false? Women typically choose better looking guys for flings, not long-term relationships. What? You just want my cute ass for the time being? Yes. You user! You fucking user! I was starting to like you.
I feel violated. I feel so violated.
You want an ugly nigga for the long haul? What about them little frog-like kids y'all gonna have? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. We've got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Renee, and I'm calling from Tallahassee, Florida.
Hey, Renee, what's happening, baby boo?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Talk to us about today's topic. What?
So I wanted to,
Go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead, babe.
I wanted to comment on when you mentioned that women tend to be with the bad guys, are immature, and they settle for the kindness when they get a little more maturity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's true. I think we listen to all these songs that talk about good girls that like bad guys. They always ask that question, why do good girls like bad guys? It's because they're insecure. They're not sure what they want. They go for materialistic things. They don't have much depth to them. And the older you get, you start to cultivate these ideas of what it takes to have a family, or what your personality type is, or what complements you. So you look for a little more depth in your relationship. Oftentimes, we aren't deep enough to know what we want, and we don't recognize what we need.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 has just started. A woman called in and told the truth and owned it. Wow.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I remember being in my younger years and looking for guys who were aesthetically pleasing and who looked like they had money for image purposes. And then when I got older, not that the person I'm with does not compliment me. He compliments me intellectually, physically, and he motivates me and pushes me. And those are the things I look for. Yes, he looks good, and I'm glad I found one that looks good. DNA doesn't matter. I'm trying to make a big. But those are surface level.
Oh, my God, Renee, thank you. Yes. We appreciate the call.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I appreciate listening to you. I follow you everywhere on social media, and keep doing what you're doing.
Well, follow me to the crib.
He's nothing to the eyes and got a brain.
No, but let me ask the question before you leave, Renee.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you used to look for that led to relationship dead ends. Go.
I used to look for somebody who was not like my father. I used to look for somebody who was a particular height or like the football player type of build. And I looked for somebody who didn't challenge me.
Wow. What?
Wow.
Now, you can never say women are not accountable. Mm-hmm. We got one today. I used to look for somebody that didn't challenge me. Wow. Oh, my God. She wins the female Super Bowl cup. Jesus, that was dope. Yeah. Thank you, Renee, for the call. Listen, if you want to follow suit and bring your city into the town, get to your phone lines right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. What matters most to women? What matters most? Are women getting played by a man's confidence? Ooh. Oh, shit. Don't let him be confident and charismatic.
But full of crap.
Women be getting played by the facade. Do women know the difference between character and characteristics? Oh, shit. You're listening to the voice of reason. Veronica Conway, speak on this real quick before I throw it to the in-house panel. What's wrong with y'all women? Y'all be designing bullshit relationships. Help them through it, Veronica.
Well, so I think I know in my own experience and in a lot of experiences that I've observed in my coaching work, I think, and I've talked about this before, if you're wounded as a woman, you're going to choose from the wounding to compensate for that, right?
Wow.
So, like, for example, I chose a man that looked the opposite of my father, right? So it's never... You're not choosing from a whole place, and you're rebelling against something, it's still going to get you a negative outcome, right? So if you're rebelling or you're trying to get approval or something, if you're filling a hole, then you're going to make a faulty choice, point blank period.
Tiffany?
I could not agree more with her in that regard, that when you're broken, you tend to make you attract people to you that actually are going to abuse you, that are going to exploit whatever's broken about you. And that actually, has happened to me in the past as well. When you are picking someone to compensate for your brokenness, or you're not even aware of what the brokenness is. So, I would agree with that. Also, the caller touched on the fact that a lot of women, especially when you're young and adolescents, our brains aren't fully developed even. So you're not able to, forward think and process. So I'm not going to blame it on all the way on your brain functioning, but to a little point, like, you're just not forward thinking, so you're not in a mature place to make those decisions necessarily. So, to bring it to the neuroscience side. But for me specifically, in regards to that, in my brokenness and in my current dismount, was that I was in a place to prove that I could make happen something that probably shouldn't have. So like I'm in recovery for sex addiction, and I was in a place to prove like I could be faithful to this person.
Sorry.
Yeah, so like, I could be faithful, I could do this with this person, but it just definitely wasn't maybe meant to be him. I spent a lot of energy showing that I wasn't broken anymore, but maybe he wasn't the one that I should be doing that with.
Wow, that's so deep, so heavy. We're going to go deeper. My cousin is in the building.
Oh, yes.
Tell me, as a high-end clothier, you got to say clothier. You have to, right, make it hella refined.
Clothier.
Yes,
Clothier.
as a high-end clothier,
go.
right? What is the effect of a well-dressed man on a woman?
Boy.
Let me pull out my suit again.
How about this? It's amazing just how like my whole transition from being a college graduate and everything of that nature, and like showing like a different facet how a black man should be perceived. Mm-hmm. When I was in Utah, well, I'm still currently in Utah. Living in Utah, I was going to like these big events and I'm doing all these speeches and stuff, and I noticed the way I was dressed, people were taking me very, very seriously, right? Very seriously. But when I'm in my sweatpants, I'm saying the same exact thing, same exact information. They're like, oh, he's just a black dude just trying to sound smart. Mm-hmm. But when I'm in my suit, they're like, oh man, he's brilliant, he's smart, and da da da.
Right.
And so it definitely like I said before, like a man's presentation is a extension of himself. Mm-hmm. And so you never know who you will meet, so on and so forth, and women actually gravitate to that 110%.
Look at that. Look at that. Listen, that's why I went down to Kentucky State, suited and booted on the Taylor side of the game. Had that gray and burgundy look. They was, this nigga's for real. They was like, he's for real. We had a weird white couple come in. I don't know where they was from, but they was old. They were old and white from Kentucky. Now, the dude, it was so weird that the dude running the event walked up to them and was like, are y'all lost? What are y'all here for? She was like, we here for the event. We listened to the Zoe West show.
Awesome.
I said,
that's what's
what?
Up. That's what's up.
I mean, in their 60s plus.
Some white folks, huh?
We here because we listen to the Zoe. That's Zoe.
That's what's up.
What? And when I tell you, some of the shit that the youngsters weren't getting, because I was speaking in levels, them white people was back there like, that's true. That shit real as hell. We old. We attested that shit. It was a cold situation. And like I said, or like my cousin said, the presentation that I had, as soon as I walked out of the hotel room and the dude was picking me up, he said, okay, this nigga's serious.
Right.
He said, do I need to send out a memo to the students to get dressed?
Right.
I said, no, man, this is just my presentation. Right. But that means a lot. And I'm even trying to have my cousin, teach my son the same thing. Because wearing that suit, being sharp in his position, like for the games. Mm-hmm. Like he take a shower and come out in a suit for the interview. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, oh, this nigga's ready to go to the NBA. Mm-hmm. This dude, he could be the spokesman or the face of some product. That's how we can market this guy, So my cousin is helping with that too. But women fall for it all day in America to the point where we use our clothes to get you out of yours.
Right. Can I jump in here?
Yes, you can, Veronica.
Okay.
Have you been pimped out of your clothes by a sharp-dressed man?
Well, and let me take it even a little bit deeper. So, and again, I'm going to invoke an actual experience that I had with Nichama. And we had this experience while engaging by phone. And one of the things he helped me to see, and again, because he was carrying so much sort of high masculine vibratory power. Like it would create awakenings, right? He creates awakenings in women of truth, because when a man carries a lot of spiritual firepower, a woman comes into the truth in his presence. So he took me into a state, this is deep, where he helped me see throughout my entire life how, from a very young age, how when I came into contact with men that desired me, that I was sexually impacted by their desire. Right?
Oh, wow.
That like when this gets down to sort of the metaphysics of it all. When a man actually desires a woman, she's impacted by that. A lot of times he wants to respond sexually.
Oh, yeah.
What I realized is that if I had let myself experience that impact, I might want to fuck all the men that desired me. So, right?
Give it to me, Veronica.
He really brought me to that. Like, if you were to actually allow yourself to flow and just not with all that conditioning that cuts you off from it, what would you do? And so I think what we have to understand is that because women get conditioned and programmed, they can't respond to their own desire and they can't respond to masculine desire, we cut off a huge part of ourselves. Because what I found is that it cuts off our creativity, because that same ability to flow and allow yourself to respond to your nature is the same thing that women need to manifest and create and build businesses and build empires. It's the same energy. But if we cut ourselves off from that, then we cut ourselves off from our creativity. It was a deep piece.
Veronica, I need you to outline, as a woman, what are some of, and then I'm going to ask Tiffany to do the same. What are some of the most stupidest things women choose in a man at first? Like, because the sister on the phone line said what hers is. But what are some of the basic dumb things that women just go after? Because the bad boy gonna always get that cooter box. He gonna get that yogurt. He gonna get it. He gonna get that Greek yogurt. Now tell me, what are some of the basic, fundamental mistakes that women make when choosing a man? Go deeper.
Well, I'm gonna put it in the only way I can think about it, and then maybe I have some examples. But when women choose with their mind and not with their being, not with their body, they end up in a world of hurt. Right? So
wait. Slow down, because I know what you're talking about. You're going to have to break that down into bite-sized chunks.
Okay.
Thank you.
So when a woman comes into contact with a man, he is going to have an impact, no impact, little impact. There's like a whole spectrum. And this is his presence. And oftentimes we override. We override our intuition. We override the impact that he's having because of a mental construct about what he should be, instead of being willing to fully witness him where he is. If we were able to kind of drop down into our bodies, drop down into our knowing, drop down into our vaginas, drop down into our intuition, we could perceive the reality of him at a very deep level. But if we use our mental conditioning to override that, then we make bad choices. I know that. Did I answer the question?
Listen, I was just arguing.
I'm sorry.
Veronica, that was powerful. I was just arguing with the KSU students. Well, I wasn't arguing with them. They were more receptive. I was arguing with grown-ass, hardened, bitter motherfuckers. And I was telling them, I said, you guys have to understand that behavior is not the end all of a man's interaction. You can't have absolutes and bottom lines. So when I talk to women, 9 out of 10 women, 10 out of 10 women, what speaks louder, actions or words? Actions. And I go, but there's something that speaks louder than actions. No, it isn't. Nothing speaks louder than actions. Intention. His intention is tied to your intuition. All right? And I always tell women, listen, just take sports. If I take my helmet and intentionally hit your ass in the ribs with my helmet, that's a penalty. That behavior is a penalty. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, if I accidentally hit you with my helmet, I may still get a penalty, but it won't be a personal foul on it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm. This is how you get a technical in basketball. Oh, that wasn't even a basketball move. You intentionally tried to clothesline this nigga. Here is a flagrant one for your ass.
Right.
So intent matters as it pertains to behavior. Mm-hmm. Wait 90 days and see who he really is. If you're not connecting to his intention behind his behavior, you don't really know how he's communicating. Right. See, for us, behavior is communication because we know we ain't going to out-talk your ass. Right. So we going to behave the way you believe.
Right.
Now,
can I say one more thing?
Yes, sure. Go ahead and just jump in as if you're here.
If a woman is conditioned to legislate his intention, in other words, if a man is really being in his truth, and he approaches you and says, look, babe, I don't want to get married because we met at the grocery store, so now you think you can dictate what happens in my life.
Dictating
I just
shit.
want to spend some time with you. I just want to enjoy the connection that we're having, right? If a man could step and be honest, and he could accept that,
right,
for the moment or the situation that it is, then it would just disrupt all of the other shit that gets built on the lie. In other words, he's got to game her because he knows that she's going to put all this other stuff on it, right? So if it could just be, could we come into contact as two human beings and enjoy each other, then that would be a foundation of truth that then all that structural bullshit could collapse.
Wow.
Right? About it's got to be this and it's got to look like this and it's got to be this and then now we got to be in a relationship, like whatever that is.
Wow. This is the You Chose Him show. Why did you choose this motherfucker? Were you choosing from fear? Was your coping mechanism choosing? Mm-hmm. Was your trauma choosing? Tiffany, jump in here, and then my cousin.
So let's see.
KennethBogSuits.com.
Sorry. The relationship I'm dismounting from is actually a correlation of about 10 years. And so what I realized, how I chose that in the relationships beforehand as, someone who actually, is a sex addict in recovery was carnally. So like everybody really had to, do something to light my fire physically. And it was just extra, like if you had a brain, maybe that's what would make you like worthy of, having dinner with, but I was going to have sex with you as long as your body was right. So that was the old me. Yeah, like just athletes was pretty much the standard back then. Like, as long as you had abs, like, all right. But if you want to eat and like talk and have a conversation, like, okay, then there's other standards. But that led me into an issue in this relationship, which was I was trying to prove something to myself, was that he actually was outside of that. He's like the only person that didn't fit an athlete body build. And he was more like funny and quirky. And so I think to myself, I was proving like, yeah, I am attracted to him, but he's not like my normal type. So like, okay. And then it was like, oh yeah, we had a rocky start, but like, I'm gonna be faithful to this one. So it was a lot of coming from the trauma and trying to prove something to me and to him. And obviously that is never good. And overlooking women's intuition, like he came from a rocky start, I came from a rocky start. I actually changed, but in my changing, I chose to overlook that he had not. So I stopped cheating, he continued. And I didn't listen to my women's intuition until it got real ugly.
Clever.
Yeah. It got real sloppy.
Sounds like you've
now that I'm older.
Intellectualized. She is Gemini.
I am.
Intellectualized some shit.
But now that I'm older, now that I'm like, okay, I'm about to maybe consider being out here, whatever that means. Dating, I don't know if I feel comfortable saying all of that. But I still want to be physically attracted to that person, but the expectation maybe isn't necessarily like a six-pack. But like I want to listen to my body. Being physically attracted to you in some way is important, but that might be, you make me laugh. Humor is very important to me.
Wow.
It's very important. If you can't make me laugh, like I don't want to be around you. So if you can't make me laugh within like 10 minutes, we're probably just not going to hang out. And it doesn't have to be like a belly
if you
laugh.
make them laugh, you get sex.
I mean, I enjoy being around you. That's helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You motherfuckers better go take a comedy course, a stand-up comedy course, so you can get your joke on, because you will get cooter. Cousin, Kenneth
right,
Boggs.
Man. I'll put it like this, fam. The mind is just attracted to the danger, right?
Ooh.
For example, it's really amazing, like how the human mind inability to process perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It only functions through trials and tribulations, right? So sometimes it's mind blowing when you're chilling with a girl and she's perfect, right? Good girl, so on and so forth. But you get something so easy, it's boring, right? So therefore, you see what happens. People are attracted to the danger, and then after that, you end up being with someone and feeling lonely. That's just how I see it.
Damn. Let me ask you a question, Cuzzo.
What's up?
Have you ever been with a woman that you could obviously see her issues?
Oh, yeah.
And then in dealing with her, you're met with this, and most men have been here. Most men have been here. You're met with the light side of the force and the dark side of your force within you. That says, the dark side is like, fuck her. It's right there. There's the wound. It's open. But the light side be like, let me try to help her.
Right.
But if you try to help her, based on the rules of the game, you a simp.
Exactly.
Right? You Captain Save-A-Ho now.
Cupcaking, right?
You can't save her.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever been hit with that dilemma? And if you have, what have you done?
I actually have, man. That's crazy. I mean, basically the girl was a headache and she was like my Advil at the same time.
Wow.
So she, man, sometimes women are bipolar.
Yes,
I mean,
in
no
real life,
disrespect,
men and women, but yes.
And I was raised
Mostly women.
Mostly
right.
women.
Let my cousin continue.
Yeah, I mean, I was raised by a single mother, and so I understand a woman's worth and everything that you're to a certain extent. But man, I had to just get up out of there, man. I had to. Like, this girl was driving me crazy, man. It's like, I was being a gentleman and what my mother taught me, but however, I had to get up out of there because a man can only take so much, I'm not going to yell at you. I'm too much of a gentleman to even go back and forth with that.
Wow. It's going down in the voice of reason right now. We're going to take one more caller before we go to break. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? The VOR is now in your crib. What's happening? Hey. What up, pimp? A little pimpstress? Who is this? Miss Lips?
Miss Liz, baby.
Hey, I see you on Twitter right now hollering at my cousin. Fall easy, breezy.
Family affair.
She's singing.
Family affair. Hey.
Oh, shit. What up, Miss Lips? Holla at us.
Man, I think we all need to just take all our masks off.
Wow.
Like I think we just need to just go natural with it. Women, take them wigs off, man. Take them eyelashes off, take them fake nails off. At least like maybe twice out of a year. Shit. Take the fake shit off. Men, take the jewelry off. Walk to work. Take a train. Like we need to go back in the day on stuff. Like we need to start walking in the park. We got too much going on. Like it's too much. We need to just relax and meditate and chill and get to know each other and become the homegirl.
They can't do that now. They can't do that. We wasting time if we chilling. Where's this shit going?
It's free stuff on event.com. Like, we need to go back and just we need to just take the money out of the relationship.
Ooh.
Keep it organic. Like, keep
That's
it
facts.
organic, man.
That's facts.
You know what, Miss Lips? You didn't say nothing about dick sucking, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody shouldn't have to know I suck dick, right?
Well, wait a minute. Everyone does know because of your
That's
constant
true.
reminders. But we
Light
think
attract light, so.
I don't know what that means.
light attracts light, and darkness attracts light as well. So
I'm confused.
if you got some thought keep chasing after you, you maybe need to take that watch and that gold ring off and get you a little bucket car.
Hey, listen, Miss Lips, we appreciate the call. Thank you so much for reaching out once again. Listen, I'm about to take a quick break, but before I do, let's refocus, right? Because these topics are connected to so many other topics. I want us to just refocus for a second, right? And get connected. Is it a woman's innate need to feel and be needed that attracts to her the male project / fixer-upper? Listen, I keep telling women, you are the architects of relationships. It is your beliefs that govern our behavior. We're taught to shut the fuck up and find out what you think about things, and then tailor our behavior to that. Women, if you don't understand that, and during this process, you should never lose contact with your intuition. How many times does your intuition just barge in on a situation that seems to be going quite well? Intuition just steps in and goes, shit just doesn't feel right, although it is. And then you push it back and go, I can't fuck this one up because I was tripping the last time. Ooh, do you know the difference between insecurity and intuition? Let me say it another way. Fire, astrologically and energetically, represents spirit. Water represents emotion. These are diametrically opposed elements. They are elemental opposites. Sisters, can you tell the difference between an emotional feeling, a water-based feeling, and a spiritual feeling? And if you can't, how do you know if he's genuine or sincere or not? You got to know this shit if you're going to be in a relationship. Right. Oh, shit. We about to take a quick break. Who you choosing to be with? We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. The voice of reason, Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. It's on fire tonight. Let's get this music. We'll be back in 2.2. Ladies and gentlemen, I be feeling schizophrenic around these women. Turn that beat up a little bit. I be seeing bitch niggas getting all types of women because they cater their behavior to the woman's fear. Women are choosing, but what are they choosing? Are they choosing a man that fits perfectly with the maintenance of their wounds? Are you dating a woman's wound? Wound dating. What the fuck? This is crazy. Today's topic is off the charts. That beat is slapping, by the way. New Truth record, Schizophrenic. We're going to be dropping it soon. Size matters to queens is today's topic. If a woman had to choose, would she choose big brains, big ears? She wants to be heard. Big heart. She wants to be felt. She wants to be loved. Big honesty. She hates liars. Big bodyguard. She feels she needs to be protected. Big bankroll. She needs bread and security. Or a big tallywhacker, if she had to choose. A deeper look into what really motivates a woman most when it comes to the man she wants to be with. Oh my God, these questions. Should and do most women keep a financially vital man around them at all times?
Oh, man.
You know, women keep motherfuckers as satellites in the friend zone just in case Mr. Current fucks up. He's been floating, orbiting for the last 5.5 years. And I just send random texts every now and then. How you doing? You okay? Is everything all right with you? You doing that just to keep me tethered to your ass because you know I want to meet your cervix one day. Call us right now, 323-230-4610. Call us. We want to know, ladies. Have you found yourself doing that? This is crazy. True or false? Women choose men posing in front of expensive cars or apartments because they believe that he got bread. I'm getting this stuff from peer-reviewed research. Does that make a woman a type of relationship broker? Or at very least a prostitute in some way? Are women prostituting their love for resources and then turning around and blaming men because it didn't work out? You chose him. At the end of the day, you can never undo the fact that you chose him. 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. How long does great sex delay the inevitable relationship dismount for women? You already know. I'm keeping this motherfucker around because he is Billy Club bossing it. He is putting this suede Billy Club on my ass every evening. How many women fight with coming home to... Today's the day I should break up with. I've been wanting to break up with him for years. But if he touched me on the small of my back, where that little butter patch is, that little piece of fat right there, where the dimples are, I'm going to give it to him and like it, and we good this evening. Tiffany, you know you be doing that. Tell the truth.
Oh, all of these topics are way close to home, so I can speak to all of those.
Well, speak to it.
All right. So, one... Okay, you can call it prostituting. That's fair. Women have started, shopping for what they need in men, especially if they are damaged. They're like, well, shopping for what I wanted, it didn't work out, so I'm gonna shop for what I need. For me, that wasn't the case for my current relationship that I'm dismounting. I actually built him up. I had everything he didn't, and I still kind of do. So I didn't shop that way, but I did find the fact that I did surround myself with men who had those things professionally. So yes, as a satellite, now that I'm in a situation of transition, they happen to be a resource I tap into for work or for opportunities and whatnot. So
Tiffany,
call it what you want. Yes, women are prostituting for their needs.
Let me introduce you to my alter ego, Zoda.
Yes.
Lies, I sense.
Lies. No, yeah. The cervix hasn't met any of these people. I'm sure they do want to meet the cervix. I will not deny that being a cute girl gives you access to things that maybe less cute girls don't have access to.
Wow.
Yes. I would be very naive of me to think like, oh, these men just really want to help me. That's dumb.
Oh, this is crazy. Veronica, how do women fix their broken boy picker? Come on, my conversation game is real. You figure deals.
Yeah. I think they have to have it fucked out of them by a man of great energy and power. But, you got to find a man that really has that great energy and power that by just being in his presence, he can deconstruct and burn off a lot of that toxic gunk that you've taken into your field. I think it's the work. You talked earlier about how it's painful to confront these issues. I think that one's life, if it's not a deconstruction of one's psychology, of one's traumas, then it's not really a life. Because if you don't do that, if you don't find a way to access situations, people, wizards, technologies that deconstruct it, then you end up it's like Groundhog Day. You end up living the same fucking scenarios over and over and over again.
Wow.
So unless you're willing to go in and blow yourself up internally to do the work, then you're gonna keep having boy pickers that are broken because you're living out a pattern that you're not in charge of consciously.
Oh, this is big. This is big. Get to your phone lines right now if you're living this life. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. Zoe Williams is the VOR. Don't get it twisted. What Veronica seems to be saying to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm up for correction. Women aren't really dating men. They're really dating their trauma, their wounds. And men are like a fetish that they use, an actual fetish that they use to get some sense, some semblance of, okay, this feels good for the moment. Mm-hmm. I need this man to get me to feel good for the moment, for right now. They're actually using the man.
I mean, I agree. That's how I became a sex addict. Sex was my coping mechanism. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol.
Did you heal yourself? Are you still dealing with it? I mean, I'm not.
I'm not getting naked and having sex.
I'm not trying to be a perv. I'm just asking. Like,
no, yeah, I'm in recovery. Even though I'm in place of transition, I'm abstinent.
Fixed? Okay, cool.
I'm not just out here throwing it at everybody. So no, yeah, I'm definitely.
To be honest, you got to watch him. This nigga right here. This is Marcus Graham from Boomerang.
Yeah, so I definitely, that's how I got to where I was. I was really just like having sex as a coping mechanism. I was in college, working full time, going to school full time, doing an internship full time, and just, sex is great. So that was my coping mechanism. But how it became an addiction is that it was actually disturbing my ability to have like healthy actual relationship with people. So when people actually were like, "Ooh, I want to like you and have a relationship," I was like, "Wait a minute, you're asking too much." Or like everybody wanted a relationship. I'm like, "Oh, I have to pick one. Oh no." So that's when I had to start like figuring it out, like what sex relationship, one person, like come back into like monogamy. Oh, that's a thing. I should really do that maybe. So yeah, I was definitely just using men as my toys. Like I called it a roster to be healthier and safer. Like I would just have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. To keep it safe, to keep my numbers low. Like you were just, instead of just having one night stands, I've only had one night stand in my whole life. But I had like my safety net of people I rotated.
Let me coin it for you. You had a brotation.
Yeah, sure, a rotation. I did.
Whereas Kool Mo D would call it a hotation. Says, oh, you should always have a hotation. They should be in rotation. A hotation. You had a brotation.
I did.
Interesting.
But like I said, it didn't help me get to where I wanted to be, which was a healthy relationship with another person and a connection. So at some point I had to transition away from, the brotation to trying to have a relationship with somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you have a relationship with someone, a healthy relationship, if you don't have a healthy relationship with your flaws, your character flaws, your weaknesses?
No. And I tell people that I actually think that saying like you can't love someone else unless you love yourself is a complete lie. That's actually exactly where abuse comes from, because people who are broken try to throw love out at other people hoping they'll throw it back. And no, they just attract people who just suck it out of them. Wow. So I tell people you can absolutely love people if you don't love yourself. That's like the number one thing that happens out here. That's how people get in abusive relationships. That's how they, get exploited.
Let's say more. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. This is turning into something. I believe love is extremely difficult and rare. Difficult in the sense of it's not easy like going into the corner store and getting you a Reese's Big Cup.
Right.
We have more relationship than we do love. Mm-hmm. Like relationship is just
absolutely.
It's just part of being human. You're gonna be in a relationship regardless. But love, that's some other shit. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother rarefied air type level of relating. With that said, I need to understand the mechanism that women use to stay in relationships that lack authentic love. What is it that you tell yourself, I need to know?
For me, I was like a personal lack. Like, again, I was in a position where I was like, oh yeah, I used to be a cheater. I need to prove that I'm like faithful all the time. And so I let myself be manipulated by the other person to put all the energy on me. Like, okay, I can be better. I'll do therapy. I'll prove how great and faithful I am, completely overlooking the woman's intuition, which was like, wait a minute, he's not doing any of the same in return. So I spent a lot of time really fixing myself. Like, I'm way better than I was when I started the relationship, but it was a barrier for me to like look at my intuition and be like, wait a minute, but what are you doing?
Much victimhood I sense in you.
Well, unfortunately, like I had to acknowledge it to get healthy. So I was like, dang, I don't want to be a victim. So let me just leave the situation and then I won't be a victim anymore.
Wow.
And I can be healthy.
Veronica, how can a woman's relationship with her inner victim contaminate, right, her choice in men? Like, how can the inner hurt kid step up and go, not him, him? Woo.
Well, I think whenever you're operating and responding out of your let me just answer it with some context.
Give it to us.
Most of the planet is completely in a love deficit. They have no idea what the energy of love is. They've never actually experienced love. And what I mean by that is because love is a state of being, right? It is actually an energy that flows through you from existence. It pours into you. It's a vibration. And the way it's been bastardized is that romance is its sad approximation. So we go into romance thinking that we're going to, experience all these gestures and clues and cues that means that we're loved. But the energy of love and the vibration of love has nothing to do with romance and gestures, right? Real love is a fire. It's a fucking crucible of fire. It burns all of the untruth out of you. So let me just start there. So if a woman has never really come into contact with love externally, and she's not come into contact with love internally, meaning she's not experienced herself, she's never fallen in love with herself. You can't see real love. We show up in relationships going, I'm showing up to get love and receive love. What I think are the gestures around love. I'm not showing up to give love
to share it.
Overflow,
right?
Out of my overflow because I am so full of it with myself.
Yes.
Get your taking ass out of here. You here to take?
Right, exactly.
Oh God, they don't know they're takers. If you're Veronica, do you hear what you just said? They show up to get. Getting is taking.
All humans do that. Now, a woman is supposed to, in other words, a woman is supposed to actually be the embodiment of love. And that's what a man is seeking when he engages with her, whether he knows it or not. Because she is meant to embody her heart chakra. She's meant to vibrate from that, right? She is the embodiment of love. But we live in such a love deficit society that in other words, a woman that's really in her fullness with her own love is a shower ring to a man. She's an illumination to a man. I'm sure people are going to go in about you can't blame men. It's not that. When I speak to both sides of it, it's because we have to understand that this whole dynamic exists holistically. So you can't have one part of the system that works and another part that doesn't. You can't have women that are broken and not. In other words, the whole system has to be healthy, the masculine and the feminine. So the woman is meant to be the showering of love, but she also has to come into contact with something that can imbue her with enough firepower spiritually so that she can fall in love with herself.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen. Oh, God. This cycle of untruth. Because that's what Veronica is really uncovering here. Yeah. Men accept the role of an actor, which is, by definition, a fantasy. Somebody's playing a role, which, by definition, is a lie. I see the woman as the writer and director of relationship narratives. She casts an actor. The man, in turn, molds his behavior to the ideals that she stands on. I always tell women, stop dating your faulty, broken ideas. You got to vet them motherfuckers out. Did this shit come from my mama? Did this shit come from my daddy? Yeah. Watch this question, Veronica, and I want you to field it.
Okay.
True or false? If a woman has daddy issues, will she seek father figure energy within her man?
Absolutely. I did that. I mean,
watch this, Veronica, and then jump back in. What if the father figure energy that she seeks from her man is dysfunctional, seen as normal, which was set as a template by the father? So now you got a dysfunctional template in place, and you're seeking that guy out in intimate relationships. Could you speak to that?
Right. So a lot of times I think, and I've done that because I had such a crazy, colorful Black Panther, radical, Communist Party, revolutionary experience. And, you know, like looking for safety was more than a notion for me because I experienced such a lack of safety in my childhood, the daughter of a Black Panther. So I did that. I looked for a man that I thought looked safe. And so the challenge with that is that if you are looking, so you can do a couple of things. You can either rebel against your dad and go look for something that's the opposite, or you can go and look for something that's reminiscent of him. So either way, a lot of times women will seek, you know, daddy's replacement father figures because they haven't been adequately parented and met with masculine energy and that sense of safety and security at a young age. So if a woman goes out into the world feeling unsafe and feeling that sense of hankering, right, that she has to get attention and approval and all of that, then that's a fucking recipe for disaster, right? Because she's going to go seek to fill that. Now, if she chooses men that are going to exploit that, right, like that are going to play the role, okay, well, I'll take good care of you, right? Then she's into sort of a world of hurt. So,
but is she? I want you to deal with this too. Is she a perpetuator of the fantasy?
What do you mean?
With them ideals, those beliefs. A lot of times the fantasy is created out of the trauma so it could be a safe space.
Right.
The fantasy creates the actor.
Is she gets blinders on and she won't be discerning about what's really happening with that man. She won't use her intuition because the fantasy is more compelling than the reality that's in front of you. Right? I'm always saying when you come into relating with anybody, you got to be eyes wide open. You have to be senses open. You have to let your vagina and your heart actually feel into the scenario to see if it's the truth, right?
Because your yoni will tell you.
If you're playing out a fantasy, then you can't do that. You have the goggles on that allow you to tolerate something that wouldn't necessarily, it's not necessarily healthy for you. So yeah.
Wait, Veronica, I wanted you to cover this too. Tell them how your yoni talks to you. Mm-hmm. The woman's yoni be talking to women, and sometimes women be ignoring them. Mm-hmm. The pussy be like, hey, when she says feel into your body, Veronica, tell them how the pussy be talking to these ladies, and they don't be listening. No, a woman will choose what her mind and her fears are saying over the pussy be saying something else. Mm-hmm. Tell them about it, Veronica.
Right. Because the woman's vagina, her yoni is in fact a part of her intelligence, just in the same way her heart is. Her heart is a brain. The vagina is too. It actually has wisdom in it if it's not been calcified, if it's not been damaged, if it's not been compromised, right? It actually has its own wisdom in it. And it can choose with clarity. So, for example, when I come into contact with men that are running a lot of bitch energy, my ovaries start to ache and throb. My body actually reacts. But now, when I was younger, I might have overridden that because I wasn't on the filter on the hunt for truth. I was on the hunt for safety. And that precluded my hunt for truth. I have since learned to hunt for the fucking truth.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Tiffany.
Yes. She couldn't be more right, honestly.
What I want to ask you, though, differently is, what should a man be on the lookout for a woman that's like this? What are the because women, y'all good at the mask. Y'all good at, y'all motherfuckers clean up like a motherfucker.
Yes, we do.
What are the telltale signs? Like, How can we energetically find that this woman's slip is showing? What should we be looking for?
Number one, if she's truly overly giving, and some women are probably going to hate me for saying that, but like I just had a former student, I was a high school social worker too for a period of time, who just posted today actually her experience with Valentine's Day. She said this dude, she spent $270 on Jordans for him, took him out to dinner 3 times this past week, and you know, all she got was a plush turtle fluffy thing like the day before Valentine's Day.
All she got,
No, but she was just saying she had made like a whole list of the things like she had shared with him that she wanted. And she actually said she got that plush little turtle thing the day before Valentine's Day, and he actually blocked her number and didn't call her.
Good job.
On Valentine's Day.
Good fucking job. You better stop brokering.
Right? Yeah. And so,
what happened to giving selflessly? You're over here brokering.
Maybe a little bit, but her issue was she was like, I give and I give and I give, and he won't even give me the one thing I wanted, which was attention. And I told her.
She shouldn't say I give and I give.
Yes.
She should say I invest, and I invest.
True.
She's
so
investing.
I corrected her and I said, you know, the issue with throwing it out there, like I said, throwing love or items or anything out there overly in abundance besides just love. Like you're actually throwing items, time into someone who is specifically actually shutting it down. Are the kind of people who know that by abandoning you or stopping your attention, it makes you want them more. Those kind of people, those are the people you have to run away from. So if there's a woman who keeps throwing you attention, that's a sign she's broken. There's a reason she's overly abundantly just throwing it at you, because she, again, is seeking for you to give it back that much more. You need to give her space because, she's not whole.
So we have to look out for the relationship investment broker.
Right. Like if she's
I want to be paid back, nigga.
Right.
Ooh, Veronica, do you have something to add? And then
what in terms of what men need to look out for?
Yes. What should we be seeing? Y'all good at cleaning up? How can we detect you? Because let me just say, men don't really be paying attention.
Not to a man that's attuned. I mean, a man that's attuned can sense the brokenness in a woman. So it depends. It's like, depends on your intent. So what do you want? So do you want to be in a space where you are willing to do the work of healing a woman? Or are you just like, I don't want to deal with the crazy?
Okay, wait. Okay, so we're gonna do both. We're gonna do both. Veronica, first off, a lot of men be listening to you be like, this is some space age other shit. Veronica, a man can heal a woman. Give us 3 ways in which we can do that. Go deeper.
A man, the best way for a man to heal a woman is to raise up his own energetic vibration enough that he can literally fuck her into her sanity, fuck her into her right mind. So when I've come into contact with men that really were uncompromising, no lies, like they had so much testosterone, so much spiritual firepower that I could lay down with them and come into clarity in his presence. And he had to have the courage to call me on my bullshit.
Yes.
He had to have to lovingly, not as a blame, but to call me on my bullshit and allow me to come into contact with him and burn off all the fear and trauma and trepidation and need for security and hankering. So if a man can raise up his vibration enough to inject her and impart into her the truth, then he gives birth and gives witness to the truth. But he's got to be that.
That's a high expectation.
Wow.
He's got to be that.
Yikes.
He can't do it from a little boy's posture. He can't do it from he needs attention posture. He can't do it because he's lying to just get some gain. He's got to actually do it from the divine masculine. He's got, right? So that's the first thing. So if he heals himself, he'll heal her by default. And the reverse is true. If I, as a woman, if I've come into contact with a man and I've been in my right vibration, he heals in my presence. And that's the yin and yang. That's That's how we're meant to coddleize each other. That's how we're meant to function. That is the higher purpose of sex. We've just been conditioned that it's just this thing. We just get to get one in and get one off, and it has nothing to do with its divine intent.
Wow. Listen, if you're not learning anything from this discussion, you're going to be unhappy for the rest of your life. I don't care about your relationships. I'm trying to figure out my bullshit in this mug right now. Listen, we're having a great time right now in the Voice of Reason. This shit is crazy. We going deeper. If you're just tuning in, today's topic is a heater. Size matters to queens. Big brains, big ears, big heart, big honesty, big bodyguards, big bankrolls, or big tallywhacker. A deeper look into what really motivates a woman most when it comes to the man she wants to be with. God dang it. We're really drilling down on the choices women make. Why do you choose the way you choose? What was it about the dude who was the most difficult person you've ever been with? Who was the most hurtful person you've ever been with? What was it about him that made you choose him? Kenneth Boggs, what was it about that woman that you chose that gave you the hardest lesson you've ever learned? What was it about her that drew her into you and you into her?
Man, wow.
I'll get you in trouble out here, pimp. Don't worry.
Man. I think you know how it is with us men. You know, everything all has to be physical appearance, right?
Yeah. Hey. I got caught up.
Yeah, we're definitely weak for that. But however, dealing with a particular girl at a time, I was really into more of a Renaissance woman.
Say more about the Renaissance woman.
A woman who can do it all. Book smart, street smart, who can have intellectual conversations. Someone definitely want to bring home to mama, right?
Mm-hmm. Mama ain't bullshitting. I know your mama.
Right.
Mama's not bullshitting at all.
Yeah.
She better be on point, Nick. Don't bring her up on it.
But no, it's just I definitely was engaged with her. Well, not actually engaged, but I was definitely attracted to her.
Right.
And I guess one thing that she actually did test my fortitude. You know what I mean? She, a woman will do that. Like, okay, let me see what you're about, right? But however, the whole entire outcome, Sir Isaac Newton said the best. For every action, there's an opposite and an equal reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we end up, taking things to the next level.
Ladies, he's quoting Sir Isaac Newton. You already know what this is about. Go deeper.
So, but yeah, no, it's just because you guys were just talking about this particular girl in high school that you were counseling or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
How she was giving, and everyone have different, love languages. Some people are love, words of affirmation, gifts, whatever. But it's hard because you gotta be. It's hard to be eye to eye with people. That's just me.
Right.
Especially someone who coming from baggage. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
And that's just something that's it's hard to surmount. Because you do one thing, they're having flashbacks from the previous guy they dealt with, and that's one thing that vexed me the most because I'm like, yo, I know how cliche it is. I'm not that guy, but like I said, a woman going to test that fortitude, but okay, let me see what you're about.
Wow. Let me just say something.
Yeah.
There's 2 words I want to break down. This is crazy right now. So, in the Hindu belief system, they have a word called samadhi, right? Samadhi is a state of intense concentration achieved through meditation. Okay? Now, understand this. Do you know how difficult it is for somebody to have a single focused concentration on themselves, on their weaknesses, on their shortcomings? Most people, listen, if your relationships don't challenge you, your relationship is a fantasy. Let's just put those two pieces together. If you're not challenged to look at yourself in relationship, you at relationship Disneyland. That's where you are. You're in fantasy world because there's no such thing of not being able to see yourself if you're really relating to somebody. You got to see yourself, and then in seeing yourself, you have to accept the reflections that come back to you as you. Mm-hmm. That's a difficult thing to do. Samadhi, meditation, looking inward, concentrating on my responses. Are they responses or are they reactions? Are they judgments? Are they clear? Is my view objective? Is it coming from ego? Is it coming from fear? Where is the source of my response coming from? Samadhi, focus, concentration. The next word is samsara. Right? This is the cycle of never-ending life, death, and birth. Right? In the Hindu belief system. But then you have a space called nirvana. Let's just get deep here. You reach nirvana, you reach a state of bliss. This is what people don't understand about the state of bliss. There's no doing in it. Mm-hmm. Most people are so caught up doing shit in relationship that they ain't got time to be. Mm-hmm. Do you know the space of bliss it doesn't require you to do anything? When you got love, you don't put all the emphasis on where we going, what we doing, I'm bored. You ain't relating. You want to be stimulated. See, there's a difference. Like, do you understand? Most people are in relationship for stimulation. Whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional. I just want to be stimulated.
They're there with their appetites.
You're in a relationship with your appetites. Mm-hmm. Go deeper, Veronica. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like people really, really experience love on this planet, and then so they show up with their need, and they go, okay, well, I'm here, and so I'm going to get this need for love that I have met, my appetite for love, right? And I dare say that the deeper the wounding, the more voracious the appetite, the more bottomless the pit, right? The deeper the wounding, the more the hankering, the more the need for approval, right? So it becomes rather endless. Usually when someone is kind of reconciled in themselves and they have fallen in love with themselves, not only do they have enough to shower another with, but they're not as needy. They don't need. It's just enough to be in your presence. It's enough for us to create a life together. It's enough for us to, right? Because I'm not trying to fulfill something with and through you. I'm simply willing to be with you, right? So we show up with our appetites and our needs, not with our overflow and our abundance and our truth and our clarity.
Get your hankering ass out of here. Don't come around here hankering no more. Oh, my God. Listen, I'm going to take a quick break because you know what? We drowning them right now. They can't go that deep. But what I would like to do is open up the phone lines if you guys want to share. Come on. Get it off. Get it off your chest. Come hanker to us. Right? Just call in and be like, man, damn, I've been doing this shit for too long, Bobby. Just call in 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I want to hear what you've been struggling with. Veronica's here. I'm here. Tiffany's here. We're going to try to walk you through the process rather rapidly. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. The voice of reason, Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. It's on fire in here tonight. Let's get some music. We'll be back in 2.2. Hey, I'm back. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Do you know how good this show was? I mean, we really got under some people's skin. See, listen, if we're not really causing you to think, we're not doing our job. right? People want to be entertained. I want people to be enlightened, to be inspired, to be motivated to do more. And then I want to feed off of that energy so I can then in turn inspire and motivate myself. It's a cycle, it's a process, it's reciprocal. And I want us to feed off of the energy of motivation and inspiration. So if I do a show that's about bullshit, nobody gets fed, I don't get fed, and I break the cycle of inspiration. So sometimes we'll have topics that are difficult, that are hard, and we'll try to infuse a little comedy, a little levity into it. But it's really about going inside and reconciling what's broken. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in relationship, hear me clearly, there are no outside answers for you. All answers are internal answers. Now, your partner could be there, right, as a companion on your journey to heal yourself. Now, understand this. A person who is entwined in your energy, who's raising their vibration, can seed some of that into you.
Mm-hmm.
But it is up to you. You are responsible for healing yourself. I could be trying to seed something into you, but if you seeing that as an attack, watch that. How many times have you tried to be someone's bridge over their troubled river, right? Mm-hmm. And they saw your bridge as an eyesore. Fuck you and your help. Help yourself, nigga. Am I bullshitting? Veronica, am I bullshitting? Have you been thwarted? Have you been pushed back when you've only meant well to your partner?
Ooh, that's a great question. And so let me really cop to this here, because I think that my biggest challenge in relationship is not being well loved, because I've been really well loved by some really beautiful men, in the capacity that they could. And so what often happens for me, and the Chama taught me this, and I'm hard-headed, so I've had to learn this the hard way. He said, people are going to come into contact with you, and this is true for a lot of people, and we have to recognize this in ourselves if this is true for us. And you shine so brightly on them, and they illuminate so powerfully as a result of coming into your presence, that you mistake the shine that they begin to reflect back to you as their own.
Hey,
right?
Wait, watch this. Veronica, watch this. Who's ever seen the movie The Life of Pi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I call those kind of motherfuckers Richard Parkers. You remember the tiger was named Richard Parker? Mm-hmm. And the daddy kept telling the boy, Piscine, hey, whatever the fuck you think you seeing in that tiger's eyes is just your own reflection.
Right.
And by the time of the end of the movie, that realization came true. Because the tiger learned to depend on the boy in the sense of, shit, I'm a tiger in a boat. This nigga's feeding me, so I shouldn't eat him. So I'm going to tolerate this motherfucker.
Right.
So by the time he gets to shore, Richard Parker gets his emaciated ass out that boat and walks straight to the jungle without looking back.
Right.
And it broke Piscine's heart because he thought what he was seeing in the tiger was the genuine connection, when in fact the tiger was just there to be taken care of because he was in a fucked up situation. Mm-hmm. And that's when he had the realization that life is a series of letting go.
Yeah.
Ooh, my nigga. Yeah. These are Richard Parker relationships out here. Speak on it, Veronica.
No, that's real. And so sometimes if you have your own blind spots and your own blinders around your impact, right? And that's my thing that I've had to learn, is to understand my impact and then understand how to make choices for my peers right? For my true energetic spiritual peers. And so that's a boy picker broke thing. That's a selection error thing where I don't necessarily do enough discernment on the front end, and that's cost me a lot. Now, I will say this. Because all relating is really meant to evolve consciousness, right? That's really the purpose of relating. Then I've learned where my wounding is. He's had to learn where his bullshit is. Because, if nothing else, if you go into a relationship honest and wide-eyed and truthful, then you will deconstruct some of the bullshit that's happening for either party. But by definition, you will do that. You will come to that. Whether you come to it consciously because you try to do it with intent, or you do it because you have fucking crashed and burned, and you wake up to whatever the reality is. Either way, you will learn. So I just, it's so I've given, and I've had every man come back to me later and say, "Thank you, I got it. I got it."
Tiffany.
Oh goodness.
Don't get scared now.
No. What I was gonna say is one in regards to like if you're broke, like your man picker is broken. I think have you always picked bad, or have you in the past done better? And so for me, and I've always had some baggage. I've lived through a lot of stuff too. That added to being a recovering sex addict, but I had actually picked previously good men. Like I was engaged twice before this relationship and had ended those relationships. So I knew I have it in me to pick good. So it allows me, like Veronica was saying, to be more self-reflective. Like what was in this relationship that had my meters off, that had me, making different decisions, ignoring my intuition. So going into the next one, I don't have that same baggage, those same blinders, and that I can, be a better me with my brightness. Because I do the same thing. I radiate like brightness. And the same thing, like, oh, it's shining off them. It's just reflecting off them into me. And I'm like, oh, they're like better. Yay. No, that's just me reflecting off of them. Yeah.
It's Richard Parker's
So to be mindful of that as a point of personal reflection and be mindful of that, like, is that person really as motivated as me? Are they really as determined? Or am I just seeing me reflected off of them? Wow. And so that is a growing point. You need to be willing to self-reflect and have those moments to grow, to, go to the next relationship.
Kenneth?
You guys saw the movie Boomerang, right?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Let me just say this too, though, to flip it backwards. There is no relationship experience you can encounter that isn't specifically for your ass.
Right.
I keep telling people, you get what you are.
True.
And whatever you get is a textbook chock full of curriculum specifically made for you. Right? So if you get in bullshit, see, so many people spend a lot of time trying to get away from bullshit. First off, the bullshit wouldn't be here if you wasn't bullshit. Right. Let's just keep that. We have to keep that in mind. Why do I keep going through bullshit? Why do I keep it? Because you're bullshit. Watch this. Why do I keep attracting the cheater? Because you cheat on yourself. See, people don't understand the holographic experience of reality. It's non-local. If you're cheating in any area of your life, cheating will manifest in other areas of your life in different forms. Right? You don't understand it. Low self-esteem, that means you're cheating on yourself. So you'll get a cheater. Because a cheater is watch this. You understand, I put this in the holographic relationship book. So see your good qualities as light, visible light, right? The spectrum of light. Red, yellow, all the way down to purple, right? See all of your good qualities within that spectrum. I'm funny. I'm intelligent. I'm resourceful. I'm kind. I'm empathetic. That's the spectrum of visible light. Let me show you how your challenges work. They work on the spectrum of light that isn't visible to the eye. X-rays, gamma rays. But they still work like a lighthouse. A motherfucker that has your lesson gets called into shore by your dark light, so it could be reconciled, so it could turn into visible light. People don't understand that. You think because you got good qualities, you deserve a great relationship. But as long as your ass is ignoring the dark light, that shit is a beacon for busters, calling them in.
Absolutely.
Come reconcile this for me, please.
Absolutely.
That's what it's doing. I know this shit don't feel good. I know. But I'm going to keep telling it to you. As long as you keep tuning in, I'll keep fucking you up with it. Veronica, where can they find you, man? How do they support your movement? How do they get your works? How do they participate in the hurricane, the Category 5 hurricane that is the spiritual yoni juice of Veronica?
Wow, that is so vivid. That's so vivid. So a couple of things. If you want to check out Black Mastery, Black Mastery is it's a great therapy and hypnosis program that I created so that you could carry be around in your back pocket. You have a Van on that. You can go to blackmastery.com. It's $97. And I just hypnotize you into your greatness. People have had all kinds of amazing things. Also, I've been doing single issue breakthrough sessions with people to look at, like what's the one thing that, like, if they could get through that, it would move the needle in their life or their business. And so if you are interested in having that conversation and potentially, engaging me to just go and deconstruct that thing that's in the way in your psyche, I'm your girl. So,
wow.
You can email me at veronicaconway.com and, come get your healing on.
Yes, she likes that. She's like, like she just had a spoonful of peanut butter. Awesome. Y'all connect with VC. That's my girl. I love having her on. I love her POV. Tiffany, how can they find you? How can they follow your movement as well?
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Shot Talk TV. That's SHAWTALK TV. And again, my motto is changing lives, starting with my own, being transparent about, all things in my life. I'm a survivor of many things. I'm very open about it. So if you're overcoming, sexual abuse or, abusive relationships or, health issues, I'm very transparent about that. I, have a background in mental health, so I'm here to help.
Hey, Kenneth Boggs Suits. My cousin just brought me, you don't understand, this is Grammy Award night. This is Oscar night up in this motherfucker. I'm finna go get the gold statue of Ptah right now. My cousin, tell them about your business, your line. Look, just Jesus Christ. Just while I'm showing this, tell them about what you do, Pam.
So what I do specifically is custom-made suits. I'm the only guy, me and a couple other guys. I have a platform that I have over 900 fabrics online. You could customize a suit at home by yourself. 900 fabrics, kid you not, window pane, anything you could think of. High Italian-made suits. It's a movement. It's been going for a while. You can find me on Instagram at king_KB28. And check my website out, kennethboggsuits.com.
Don't play yourself. Hey, Frank, make sure you put up all the websites. Please support all the businesses here. It's very important that we continue to recycle black dollars. Hey, everybody within the sound of my listening voice, if you enjoyed tonight's show, go drop $10 on my GoFundMe page. We need it right now. This is the only way we can pay Frank and all of these other hanger-ons. No, I'm just kidding. No, really, though, seriously. That's the way you support our movement. Go to GoFundMe.com/Zoe Williams. Frank will pull up the website so you guys can see it. Please continue to donate. Do not fall off. Also, we have a special promotion for businesses. The promotion is for $200. You donate to our GoFundMe campaign. We'll promote your business for 4 straight weeks on the Zoe What Morning Show. Don't play yourself. It's a great deal. Go support it right now. Also, don't forget to get the Candyland, Escape from Candyland documentary. It's only available on Amazon.com. Escape from Candyland on Amazon.com. Amazon Prime members can view it for free. It's only $7.99. We need you to cash mob that movement ASAP. And also, do I have a copy of it? My book, The Relationship Dismount. The kids at Kentucky State was like, he didn't bring no damn books. I just couldn't bring it. It's just too heavy. The boxes was too big. I just couldn't bring them. But a lot of the kids was like, we're going to set it. Well, the school is going to set it up. They're going to buy bulk books and I'm going to mail them down to the kids. So listen, The Relationship Dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. All you got to do is go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Purchase a copy now. I will mail it out to you tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for chiming in, tuning in. See us Friday for the next installment of The Voice of Reason here on Hot Button Radio. We're going to go out with this truth record. We're going to play just a little bit of it, and then we out.